How to cure every disease in your body with the help of your breath without medicines is explained in today's Buddhist story. So let's begin the story for the viewers. Once, Ananda, one of Buddha's most beloved disciples, asked Buddha, "O Buddha, you always say to focus on the breath, but we can focus on anything, walking, eating, or doing any task. Why is focusing on the breath so important?" Buddha replied, "Breath is the foundation of our life. It gives us life, and when it leaves, life ends. Ananda, if you want to understand life, you must understand the mind, and the breath acts as a bridge between the mind and the body. If you learn to walk on this bridge, you can enter your mind through your body." The Tathagata further said, "You can focus on anything, but the breath is always with us. Even when we sleep, our breath continues. That's why focusing on the breath is the easiest meditation. You can do it anytime, and through the breath, understanding the mind becomes easier, because when we are sad, troubled, calm, joyful, angry, or afraid, our breath changes accordingly. Therefore, to understand our emotions, we must understand our breath. The way our breath flows, so do our emotions." Ananda asked, "O Buddha, which meditation should we practice to understand the mind's emotions, and can that meditation control emotions like lust, anger, or jealousy? Can any meditation purify the mind? Because unless the mind is pure, meditation is of no benefit. Even unwillingly, negative emotions surround the seeker and become a major obstacle in meditation." The Tathagata said, "One who understands his breath is transformed. Every reaction in the human body and brain occurs according to the flow of breath. Man never notices that his mind reacts according to his breath. Try to observe consciously. When anger, fear, or anxiety arises, your breathing becomes rapid, and when you are calm or joyful, your breath slows down. The deeper a person's breath, the more stability there is in his personality. Often you'll notice that people who take shallow breaths from the chest remain unhappy and anxious, while those with deep breaths have peace and joy in their eyes. Such people remain calm in any situation and solve even the toughest problems with ease. Their intellect and brain function better because their mind is free from negativity. Ananda, if anyone is surrounded by negative emotions or thoughts, laziness or lethargy, these feelings arise due to their breath. Therefore, it is essential to understand the breath to cultivate good habits, maintain a positive outlook, and keep the body disease-free. The best way is to meditate on the breath. Since the breath is always with us, dedicating some time daily to focus on it can transform your entire life. Gradually, as your breath meditation deepens, you will begin to understand your emotions and the reactions in your body. This is only possible when you remain conscious and mindful of yourself. Mindfulness awakens when you continuously focus on something, and nature has given us the breath to remain mindful always. You can focus on your breath while walking, eating, sitting, or standing, anytime, anywhere. Observe how it enters and exits, touches every part of the nostrils. When you continuously observe this, your thoughts begin to settle. You start living in the reality of the present moment. Now, you can sense even the smallest sensations in your body, how every emotion affects your energy and brain. Now, you will understand that our thoughts generate emotions. As our thoughts are, so are our emotions. Observe a sleeping child's stomach, Ananda. When he sleeps, his stomach moves with his breath. That's why his mind is very sensitive. To achieve success in life, certain positive emotions or qualities are essential. Patience, absence of anger, perseverance in tough situations, facing challenges bravely. All these emotions or qualities are necessary for great success, and they can be cultivated in our nature through the breath. There is a science to it, but in ignorance man always tries to change himself externally, never paying attention to the inner self, from where the entire universe operates, where all your desires can be fulfilled. Ready to transform your life through the power of breath? Start today. Set aside just 5 minutes to sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your natural breath. Observe its flow, feel its rhythm, and let it guide you to inner peace. Share your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear how this practice impacts you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom to awaken your best self. Namo Buddha. Ananda asked, "O Buddha, you explained that our emotions are governed by our breath, but can our breath also keep our body healthy? If yes, what is the method or meditation for that?" The Tathagata replied, "The most essential thing for our body is the proper flow of blood. If blood circulates well, no disease can arise in the body. But if the blood is impure or contaminated, it will make other organs sick. Therefore, it is most important that your blood remains pure, and for that breath is crucial. Deep breaths purify the blood. Just as food is the nourishment for our body, breath is the nourishment for our blood. The deeper your breath, the calmer and cooler your brain becomes because blood flows perfectly to it. Thus, sorrow, distress, or sadness never arise in the brain. Morning meditation or pranayama with the breath can make your entire life healthy, curing all diseases. Those who practice pranayama daily in the morning remain joyful all day. No sorrow or worry can dwell in their minds. Remember, morning meditation or pranayama is most beneficial. You can meditate anytime, as it always benefits. But for pranayama, it's best done in the morning on an empty stomach. Meditation during Brahma Muhurta, the sacred time before dawn, can take you deep into meditation quickly, showing good results. Brahma Muhurta is when nature awakens. Birds leave their nests in search of food, cows are milked, temple doors open. It feels as if the entire nature is in a state of creation. Ananda, if you remain mindful and observe the beauty of the morning, you will understand the depths of meditation and even reach the state of samadhi. Your entire life will transform effortlessly. You won't have to struggle to let go of bad habits or thoughts. They will disappear on their own. If you rely on your breath, changes will begin from the very first day. The Tathagata said, "I don't say the results will come after 10 years. You will experience them immediately. Whenever you calm your breath and focus on it for some time, you will feel your mind becoming peaceful. No sorrow, thought, or emotion will disturb you. Maintaining self-control and confidence in difficult situations is most important, and that is only possible when your intellect is clear. Instead of overthinking small matters, you will start thinking about solutions. Right now, your energy might be misused, but if you want to direct it rightly, you must understand the science of breath." Saying this, Buddha, as always, went into deep meditation. The power of breath meditation, friends. Do you know that your breath is the foundation of your life? What good or bad is about to happen to you? What is written in your future? All this depends on your breath. The deeper a person's breath, the deeper their meditation, and the energy gained from meditation fulfills your desires. But the key is that your breath is subtle. You can't see it, just like your third eye, yet you can feel both. When your breath reaches your third eye, your meditation deepens. It's up to you how you breathe in meditation, deep or shallow. Observe. Small children, when they breathe, their stomach expands, meaning they take deep breaths and they remain happy, free from worries. As we age, our breath becomes shallow, and when it stops, life ends. Thus, life depends on your breath. Worry, good energy, strength, and a disease-free body all depend on the navel. When this energy rises from the navel to the third eye, your meditation deepens. Whatever you ask for, the universe starts giving you. Every breath you take has the power to change your life. Today, we will teach you a simple meditation technique that will take you deep into meditation. We will take our breath to the navel and then raise the energy upwards to the third eye. But there's a rule you must know. First, take 15 breaths. This activates your nasal muscles. Then, take 35 breaths. This activates your navel, where energy is generated in your body. Finally, take 45 breaths. This raises the energy from the navel to the third eye. When a person's energy reaches the third eye, Ajna chakra, their meditation deepens. Whether you've meditated before or not doesn't matter. Just follow the instructions. You can do this in any posture, sitting or lying down, but ensure your spine is straight. Now sit straight, close your eyes, and focus on these words. During this video, certain words will guide your breath to the navel, creating energy, which will then rise to your third eye, deepening your meditation. Share your experiences in the comments. Steps. Close your eyes and relax completely. Let go of all tension. Focus on your breath. Observe it entering and exiting your nostrils. Gradually shift your attention to your navel. Feel your stomach rise and fall with each breath. Now bring your focus to your third eye between the eyebrows. Feel a pull or pressure there as you breathe. Immerse yourself in the darkness behind your closed eyes. Go deeper into it. After some time, gently become aware of your hands and body. Rub your palms and place them over your eyes before slowly opening them. Benefits of breath retention. Increases lifespan. Slowing down your breath conserves life energy. Removes laziness and sleep. Holding breath dispels drowsiness. Boosts energy, like charging a battery. Breath retention revitalizes you. Spiritual progress awakens divine energies within. Healing purifies blood and cures diseases. Deepens meditation, calms the mind instantly. Practice. Sit straight, inhale deeply, hold and exhale slowly. Start with 5 minutes daily, gradually increasing. Observe how you feel, refreshed, energized, and peaceful. The Alchemy of Breath, Transforming Disease into Vitality. Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree as a group of ailing villagers approached him. One elder coughed weakly and asked, "Lord, we suffer from ailments no physician can cure. Can breath truly heal us?" The Tathagata smiled. "Every illness begins as a disturbance in prana, your life force. When breath flows unevenly, blood stagnates, organs weaken, and disease takes root. But breath can rebuild what it has broken." He taught them the healing wave technique, lion's breath, Simasana pranayama. Inhale deeply through the nose, then exhale forcefully through the mouth with a ha sound, sticking out the tongue. This expels toxic energy, Buddha explained. Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Close the right nostril, inhale left, close left, exhale right, reverse. This balances the masculine and feminine energies within you. Brahmari, bee, breath. Inhale deeply, then hum like a bee during exhalation. The vibrations dissolve blockages in your brain and heart. Practice at sunrise and sunset, he instructed. Your breath is the alchemist. It turns fear into courage, fatigue into vigor, and poison into nectar. Within weeks, the villagers reported healed wounds, eased pains, and minds lighter than moonbeams. The warrior's breath, mastering emotions in battle. A general, tormented by rage after war, sought Buddha's counsel. "My anger burns like wildfire. How can breath quench it?" Buddha placed a sword between them. "A blade is neither good nor evil. It obeys the hand that wields it. So too with breath." He revealed the fire to snow method, ice inhalation. Imagine inhaling glacial air through a straw, filling the belly for 4 counts. Volcanic retention, hold for 7 counts. Visualizing molten anger cooling into black rock. Snowfall exhalation, release for 8 counts. Picturing ash dissolving into a calm river. "When fury arises," said Buddha, "do not suppress it. Breathe it into stillness. A warrior who controls his breath need never draw his sword." The general practiced daily. One monsoon night, as enemy soldiers ambushed his camp, he stood motionless, breathing until compassion doused his wrath. He spared their lives, and they became his disciples. The immortal secret, breath as the elixir of long life. Centuries later, a Taoist sage named Li Qingyun, said to live 256 years, met a dying monk. "Teach me your longevity secret," the monk begged. Li laughed. "I merely perfected what Buddha taught, the Sushumna breath." He shared the forbidden dragon spine technique, root lock, mula bandha. Sit cross-legged, contract the perineum, and inhale up the spine, as if sipping air through a bamboo stalk. Sky hook. At the crown, imagine a thread pulling you upward. Hold until veins throb gently. Earth pour. Exhale down the front body, feeling golden nectar pool in the navel. "Most die because their breath is shallow, like a cup dipped in the ocean," said Li. "But those who drink the full depth become timeless." The monk practiced until his wrinkles softened. On his last day, he vanished into dawn mist, leaving only a single breath hovering in the cold air. The eternal breath, a conclusion to mastery of life and liberation. In the end, all great teachings converge on a single truth, one that has no beginning and no end, one that cannot be owned, only realized. This truth is the breath, silent yet sovereign, invisible yet intimate, fleeting yet eternal, the sacred pulse of existence. The breath is not merely air entering and leaving the lungs. It is the pulse of the cosmos echoed within the body. It is the tide of consciousness lapping gently on the shores of your awareness, rising and falling in rhythmic unity with the stars. What the Buddha taught, what the sages embodied, what mystics across time whispered into the winds, all point to the same revelation, that the breath is the gateway, the guide, the guardian of our deepest transformation. It is the healer and the harmonizer, the warrior's weapon and the saint's sanctuary. It is the teacher who speaks without words, and the master who awaits no followers. It asks for nothing, yet offers everything. Lessons of the eternal inhalation. We have journeyed through ancient wisdom and modern insight to arrive here. The alchemy of breath turned sickness into strength, showing us that the body is not a cage of decay but a canvas of potential, painted with prana, the breath of life. The warrior's breath turned rage into radiance. It reminded us that true power lies not in conquest but in composure, not in domination but in directed energy. The breath, when disciplined, becomes a blade of clarity. The immortal secret, unveiled time's illusion. Longevity was never about escaping death, but about living so fully in each breath that death becomes just another exhale, a return to the whole. Eternity is not a faraway place, it is the space between one breath and the next. The breath chooses no favorites. It does not ask if you are rich or poor, sinner or saint. It comes equally to the anxious and the awakened. It arrives in moments of birth and lingers through the final sigh. It is the common denominator of all sentient beings, the thread connecting the beggar and the Buddha. Unlike knowledge, breath does not need to be sought. It is already within you. Unlike rituals, it requires no dogma. Unlike tools, it never leaves your side. All it asks is this: will you notice me? The choice before you. This is not about belief. This is not philosophy. This is a call to embodiment. Will you live your days as a leaf in the storm, blown by circumstance, reacting, forgetting, running from yourself? Or will you root yourself in breath and from that ground rise, not in resistance to the world but in resonance with it? As you breathe, you sculpt your consciousness. As you breathe, you mold your mind. As you breathe, you shape your soul. All wisdom speaks the same language. The yogis call it pranayama, the expansion of life force. The Taoists call it qigong, the cultivation of the vital essence. The Buddhists call it anapanasati, the mindfulness of inhalation and exhalation. Science calls it coherence, biofeedback, neuroregulation. But what name can capture the infinite? The final invitation. If you remember nothing else from this path, remember this: breathe deeply. A shallow breath keeps you alive. A deep breath makes you awake. Breathe consciously. Where your awareness rests, your energy flows. Let every breath be a prayer, every inhale an invitation, every exhale a surrender. Breathe fearlessly. Death is but the final exhale before the soul's inhale into the infinite. What then should you fear if you are already breathing the divine? Don't wait. Don't postpone your freedom until the calendar clears or life becomes perfect. Begin now. Sit, feel, inhale as if the universe is entering you. Exhale as if you are dissolving into it. The breath is not a technique. It is the original miracle. It is the secret that hides in plain sight, the sacred that speaks without sound. When all philosophies are exhausted, when all paths have been walked, when all books have been closed, only the breath remains. It is the bridge between body and spirit, between thought and stillness, between dust and divinity. It is the whisper of the eternal breathing through you. So, breathe, awaken, be free. The perfect man breathes as if he is not breathing at all.